Good afternoon, my dear students. In the last class, we discussed about the assets, liabilities, and debtors. So, due to some the time factors, I couldn't complete the Saturday's topic. Okay, once again, I will revise all the yesterday's topics. Okay, assets, assets. So, assets are economic resources. Assets are the economic resources. That economic resources are expressed in monetary units. In monetary units. So that economic resources are used by a business concern in its operations in order to getting the economic benefits. In order to getting economic the benefits, that economic resources are used by a business concern in its operations. Okay, so that economic resources are called assets. Are called assets. Okay, so these assets are procured by a business concern for using in a business. For using in a business. Okay, if a business concern is procured these economic resources not for using, reselling. If a reselling, then that economic resources are not called as an asset. Okay, we will call it as a goods. We'll call it as a goods. Okay, and these economic resources are shown in the balance sheet. These economic the resources are to be shown in the balance sheet. The balance sheet is a statement which is prepared at the end of the year. At the end of the year, the business concern is going to be preparing one statement. That statement is called a balance sheet. In this balance sheet, the business concern is taken into consideration all the assets and the liabilities of a business. The assets and the liabilities of a business. Therefore, these assets and the economic resources are shown in the balance sheet at the end of the year. At the end of the year. Next, examples for the assets are machinery, okay, furniture, land and building, debtors, stock, cash in hand, cash at bank, etc. So these are all the examples for assets. Okay, furniture, machinery, furniture, land and building, debtors, stock, cash in hand, cash at bank, bills receivable. So these are all the examples for assets. Are clear? Assets or economic resources. Economic resources. That economic resources can be expressed in the monetary units. Monetary units means all the economic resources are to be recorded in the books of accounts in values, in rupees, paise. Therefore, we are called as a monetary units. Okay, and these economic resources are used by business concern in its operations. For what purpose business concern is using these the economic resources in order to getting the economical benefits. In order to getting the economical benefits, the business concern is using these the economic resources. Okay, so these economic resources are shown in the balance sheet. Okay, the examples for assets are machinery, furniture, land and building, debtors, stock, cash in hand, cash in bank, bills receivable, etc. So these are all the examples for economic resources are assets. Next, assets can be classified into two types. Assets can be classified into two types. The first one is non-current assets. The second one is current assets. The non-current assets can also call it as fixed assets. Non-current assets can also call it as a fixed assets. Next, the current assets can also call it as a floating assets. Non-current assets can also call it as a floating assets. Okay. Next, go to non-current assets. So non-current assets means the non-current assets are those assets which assets the business concern is using for a long term. Which assets the business concern is using for long term. So that the assets are called non-current assets or fixed assets. Okay, fixed assets. Long term nothing but more than 1 year. More than 1 year, the business concern is going to be using some assets in its operations. In its operations. That assets are called non-current assets or fixed assets. So examples for the fixed assets are furniture. The furniture can be used more than 1 year in a business operations. Okay, machinery. The machinery can also use more than 1 year. Land and building, we can also use more than 1 year. Okay, so these are all examples for the fixed assets or non-current assets. Are clear? Fixed assets are those assets which assets the business concern is using for a long term. Long term, nothing but more than 1 year. More than 1 year, the business concern is using some assets in its business operations. So that assets are called fixed assets. Examples for the fixed assets are land and building, furniture, machinery, motor van, okay, etc. So these are all the examples for the fixed assets. Okay, and the fixed assets can be classified into again two types. One is tangible assets, and another one is intangible assets. The fixed assets can also classified in two types, that is tangible assets and intangible assets. So tangible assets nothing but which assets can be touched and seen. Which assets can be touched and seen. That type of assets are called tangible assets. Okay. So which type of assets we can see and touch? The furniture we can touch and see. The building, land and building we can touch and say, okay, machinery we can touch and say, okay, and motor van. So these are all the examples for the tangible assets. These are the tangible assets are existing physically in the business units. These tangible assets are existing physically in the business units. Therefore, we call it as a tangible assets. Okay, and intangible assets. Intangible assets are those assets which assets cannot seen and touched. Which cannot seen and touched. So that assets are called intangible assets. Okay, so these intangible assets are not existing physical in the business units. These assets are not existing physical in the business units. Examples for the intangible assets are goodwill, okay, patent rights, copyrights, trademarks. So these are all the examples for intangible assets. Okay, copyrights, patent rights, trademarks, okay, goodwill. These are all the assets not existing physically in the business units. Business units. Therefore, we will call it as intangible assets. So sometimes they ask for one last question, right? Any one example for tangible assets. You have right land and building, okay, furniture, machinery, okay, motor van. These are all the examples for the tangible assets. You can write any one of these examples. Okay, and sometimes they ask for one last question. Write one example for intangible assets. You can write a goodwill, patent rights, copyrights, okay, trademarks. So these are all the examples for the intangible assets. You can write any one out of these the examples. So next, second one, current assets. The current assets can also called as a floating assets. Okay, the current assets are those assets the which assets are used for business concern within 1 year. I mean short term. These are all the assets which the business concern is using for short term, means less than 1 year. The business concern is going to using some assets in its operations. That assets are called the current assets. Okay, current assets. These current assets meant for the reselling. They mean for converting into cash. These assets are meant for converting into cash. Okay, so examples for the current assets are stock, debtors, bills receivable, cash in hand, cash at bank, outstanding incomes, prepaid expenses. So these are all the examples for the current assets. Are clear? The current assets are those assets which assets the business concern is using for short term. These assets are made for converting into cash. These assets are made for converting into cash. That assets are called current assets. Examples for the current assets are stock, debtors, bills receivable, cash in hand, cash at bank, outstanding incomes, okay, and prepaid expenses. So these are all the examples for the current assets. So next, the basic accounting term is liabilities. The next basic accounting term is liabilities. The liabilities are obligations. The liabilities are the obligations are debts. Liabilities are obligations are debts. The business concern has to pay at some time in the future. At some time in the future. To whom the business concern has to pay in the future? To the outsiders. But outsiders are the creditors. The outsiders are the creditors. So the business concern has to pay at some time in the future to the outsiders. So that the obligations or debts are called liabilities. Liabilities. Okay. So the outsiders are claims on the assets of a business concern. Means the outsiders are having rights on the assets of a business concern. When the outsiders are having rights on a business concern, when the business concern failed to paying the amount which is due to them, when the business concern failed to paying the amount which is due to them, then only the outsiders are having rights to paying on the assets of a business concern. Business concern. Okay. The examples for the liabilities are creditors, bank loan, bills payable, outstanding expenses, bank overdraft, etc. Okay, so liabilities are the obligations or debts the business concern has to pay at some time in the future to the outsiders. So that the debts or obligations are called liabilities. Okay, outsiders are claims on the assets of a business concern. Assets of a business concern. Okay, examples for the liabilities are creditors, bank loan, bills payable, outstanding expenses, bank overdraft, etc. These are all the examples for the liabilities. Next, liabilities can be classified into two types. Liabilities can be classified into two types. One is non-current liabilities. The second one is current liabilities. The non-current liabilities can also be called as long-term liabilities, and the current liabilities can also be called as short-term liabilities. So next, non-current liabilities or long-term liabilities. So non-current liabilities means the liabilities which are payable by business concern after 1 year. The liabilities which are payable by a business concern after 1 year. Okay, that liabilities are called non-current liabilities or long-term liabilities. Long-term liabilities. Examples for the non-current liabilities are the loan taken for more than 1 year from the banks, okay, debentures or mortgage loans. These are all the examples for long-term liabilities. Okay, long-term loan or debentures or the mortgage loan which are taken by business concern from banks. So these are all the examples for the long-term liabilities or non-current liabilities. Next, current liabilities. Current liabilities can also called as short-term liabilities. Short-term liabilities. Okay, so current liabilities are those the liabilities which liabilities are falling due within 1 year. Means which liabilities the business person has to pay within 1 year. Within 1 year. So that liabilities are called current liabilities or short-term liabilities. The examples for the short-term liabilities are the creditors. Creditors, bills payable, okay, bank overdraft, outstanding expenses. So these are all the examples for the current liabilities. Are clear? The current liabilities are those liabilities which liabilities the business concern has to pay within 1 year. Within 1 year. So that liabilities are called current liabilities. Current liabilities can also be called as short-term liabilities. Examples for the current liabilities are creditors, bills payable, bank overdraft, outstanding expenses, etc. So next, the basic term of accounting is debtors. So debtor is a person. Debtor is a person who owes money to a business concern. Debtor is a person who owes to business. Debtor is a person who owes money to a business. Money to a business. Okay, he owes money to a business concern because he taken some benefits from a business. He taken some benefits from a business. Okay, in respect of that benefits, he didn't give any benefits in return to a business. He didn't give any benefits in return to a business concern. So therefore, that person is called a debtor. That person is called a debtor. Okay, debtor is a person who owes nothing but a due. Owes nothing but a due. Okay, due to a business concern because he taken some the benefits from a business concern. In return to that, in respect of that benefits, he didn't give any benefits in return. In return, therefore, that person is called a debtor. Okay, example: goods sold to Akil on credit. For example, goods sold to Akil on credit of rupees 10,000. Here the business concern is selling goods to Akil on credit of rupees 10,000. On credit, nothing but the amount of goods is not settled immediately, isn't it? The settlement of goods is postponing to the future. Postponing to the future. Okay, here the business concerned selling goods to Akil on credit of rupees 10,000. Okay, Here the Akhil is receiving a benefits from a business concern in the form of goods. Akhil is receiving a benefits in the form of goods from a business concern. From a business concern. In respect of that goods, the Akhil didn't given any benefits in return to a business concern. In return to a business concern. So here the amount of goods is due from Akhil. The amount of goods is due from Akhil to whom? To a business concern. To a business concern. Therefore, here the Akhil is to be called as a debtor. The Akhil is to be called as a debtor. Okay, debtor means who owes the money to a business concern. Here who is due the amount of goods to a business concern. The amount of goods is due by Akhil. The amount of goods is due by Akhil. So therefore, here the Akhil is to be called as a debtor. The amount which is due from it is called debt. Debt. How much the amount of goods is due from Akhil? 10,000, is it? This 10,000 amount is to be treated as a debt. Treated as a debt to a business concern. Debt to a business concern. Okay? So debtors is a person who owes money to a business concern. Okay, he owes money to a business concern because he taken some benefits from a business. In respect of the benefits, he didn't given any benefits to business concern in return. In the return. Therefore, that person is called a debtor. Okay, so debtors are to be treated as an asset. Debtors are treated as an asset. Okay, until you are going to treating that debtors as an asset until the amount is settled by them. Until the amount is settled by them, then we are going to treating the debtors as an asset in the balance sheet. In the balance sheet. Clear? Okay, debtors are the persons who owes money to a business concern. Money to a business concern. Okay, he owes money to a business concern because he taken some benefits from a business. In respect of that benefits, he didn't give any benefits in return to a business. In return to a business. Therefore, that person is called debtors. Okay, so debtors are to be shown in the balance sheet as an asset. Okay, until we are recording amount from them, that persons are to be shown as an asset in the balance sheet. In the balance sheet. Next. Creditors. 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 So in next class I will discuss about the creditors. Next class I will discuss about the creditors. Okay. So thank you.